Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shahzeb Hassan and my registration number is 21T67. This is my lab report for our digital signal processing being submitted to Sir Jameel. I have performed all my tasks on MATLAB online and then pasted the screenshots to make a lab report. This lab report has two sections. The first section is about some theory questions and the second about MATLAB task. The first is about theory questions. The first task is about how would you differentiate between a signal and a system. In signal processing, a signal is time varying or spatial varying quantity that carries information. A system, on the other hand, is a mechanism that processes the input signals to produce an output. For example, an audio signal is a signal. Task B is about linear time invariant system. Linear time invariant systems are fundamental in digital processing (DSP) due to their mathematically simplicity, adherence to the superposition principle, and efficiency in frequency response analysis. Additionally, the frequency response analysis is efficient, providing insights into how the system responds to different frequencies, crucial for defining and understanding digital filter in DSP. Task C is about signal decomposition. Common method for signal decomposition include impulse decomposition, step function analysis, even decomposition, Fourier analysis. Task D is about convolution. Convolution is a mathematical operation that combines two signals to produce a third depending of the integral of the pointwise multiplication of the input signal. It is fundamental for understanding how signals interact with systems, enabling tasks like convolutional filtering to extract specific features. Task E is about correlation. We correlate two signals when we want to measure the similarity between them or identify patterns of interest. Correlation is fundamental tool across various fields, aiding in tasks that involve matching or comparing signals for meaningful analysis and decision making. Now moving on to the second section, which is of MATLAB task. So starting the task 1, in this we have to find the convolution. Here we have taken two variables x and h. The its input will be taken at the user side, and the input of the h will also be taken at the user side. Y is equal to convolution x of h. Then I use the figure command, subplot command 3, 1, 1. Then I use the stem command and given the title to the signal which will be input signal x. Then I use the subplot command and then use the title command. And so here is the output of the signal. In first figure you can see that this is our input signal of x, this is our input signal of h, and this is output signal convolution y is equal to x is equal to h. Now moving on to the task 2. This is the source code of our task 2, in which we have determined the duration of the resulting convolution signal. T start, T1 plus T2, T end, and I have given some values to it. Then I used the for loop for n is equal to length and it is ending here. Then I used a figure command, stem command. At x label I will name it as time s. At y label I will enable it as amplitude, and I will give it to title convolution using flip and slide method. Here we will use the convolution method of flip and slide method. Here T1, here we are defining the input signal. T1 is equal to -1 to 1. Then I am using another variable x1, which is exponential minus t1 की power raised to power 2. Then I am using the second signal of t2 is equal to which is from minus 2 to 2, and this is the x2 of value. Then the answer would be shown in this following figure. Convolution, this is the output of convolution using flip and slide method. Now moving on to the task 3. This is our task. This is our source code, where I have created a new function of function my convolution x n of x h of n of h. Here I am defining values of the signal as x equal to 1, -1, 0, 7, 9, -1, 4, 2, and so on. Then I am using the indexing. Here I am using the indexing -6 to 4. Then this is our second signal of h, which is 2, 3 by 2, 1, 2, 5, -4. Again we are indexing, and this is our function of my convolution x n x h n h, and this would be the title to the following figure as response of system to input signal x of n. Following this output. Now this is our last task, which is task number 4. Here I have used the signal h, which is 3, 2, 1, so on, and x is equal to -2, 3. Then I use a function y is equal to convolution x of h. Then I use subplot command to plot this following signal as 3, 1, 1. Then I use a stem command and given the title as the input signal. Then I use a subplot command and given the title as impulse response. Then I use again some subroute command 3 comma 1 comma 3, which means that the in output the third figure would be of output signal. Then we have used a shifted signal as 1 minus 2 3 minus 4 2 1 and 0, and I use a figure command. Then I use a subroute command again 2 comma 1 2, and at last the title would be as output signal for the shifted output. Now moving on to its output. This is output as input signal. This is our impulse response. This is an output signal. This is the figure of the shifted output input signal, and this is the output of the output signal for shifted input. Thank you. These were the tasks of the lab report for Allah Hafiz.